Susie, come here. Come here, Susie. Yeah, come to mama. Come to mama. Oh, what a ferocious creature. Oh, what a ferocious creature. Oh, Susie. Oh, Susie. Oh, Susie.
5 minutes later.
Hello guys, how do you do? I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing right now. The only thing I know is that I've been wanting to go back and doing YouTube videos for a long time. There were many reasons why I been so absent from YouTube as I have been in the past 3 years. One of the main reasons is due to the fact that I wasn't very satisfied with my English. Let's just put it like that. I thought to myself maybe it would be a good idea to, start this up again with a sort of Q&A type of video, have a slightly more direct contact with you, and perhaps make a habit of doing this. Anyways, I have picked 20 questions from Facebook and Twitter, which I will be answering to you. So, first question. If you had to be in the military, which branch would you choose? Even though I love tanks, and I would love to serve in tanks, I would probably choose the Royal Navy just because you do travel around the world slightly more and the leave periods are far better than in the army. Well, not leave periods, I mean the touring, because in the army you can be away for 2 years, while in the Navy you are away for 6 to 9 months, so I'll probably go for the Royal Navy. Second question, do you get sick of jingles being a part of every question thread? I don't think most people realize how obnoxious that is. I completely understand that will always be casting a shadow over me, but it is a bit annoying that everything I say or do, usually people come with the same answers, which is what will jingles say or do or think about that. I'd like those people to put themselves in my situation, in my place a little bit, and realize that, yeah, it will get old very quickly. To all respect, of course. Third question. In what way would you balance the game? I think by game you mean World of Tanks. Oh, where do we start? I would start, first things first. I'll start from tier 1 and work on from tier, up to tier 10. What got you interested in tanks? World of Tanks. What is your guilty pleasure? Tortillas at 4 AM. Which captain? Kirk or Picard? Picard, of course. 7th question. When you will switch to playing War Thunder? Quite honestly, I don't think that will ever happen. I started playing War Thunder when the game came out. I was also around when Ground Forces came out. I used to enjoy the game. I mean, I do believe that War Thunder is a good game. I don't think it's a bad game. I do believe that they make better models than World of Tanks, for example. Far better models, let's be honest. But due to past situations I've had personally with War Thunder staff, by that I mean I've actually been harassed by War Thunder staff because they didn't like what I had to say. I don't see myself playing War Thunder. I do follow it, a little bit from a distance. Quite honestly, it's mostly my friends that keep me updated about the game. But I don't think you'll see me live streaming or doing YouTube videos of War Thunder. I mean, who knows about the future? Who knows? They have definitely changed, as far as I'm aware. They are not running things the way they used to in the past. They haven't done shenanigans like illegally raising the prices. Seems like they have, put a leash on CEO. If you remember, there was this one situation not long ago where the CEO himself made made a poll, I think that's how you say in English, made a poll in the forums asking the community if it would be right to abuse the copyright system from YouTube in order to shut down opinions that they did not like, even if constructive opinions. So yeah, things seem, I don't think they will ever change in terms of censoring and such, but I think they have come a long way since those days. But I mean, who knows? Who knows what the future will tell. I may not. I honestly don't think I will. But yeah, who knows? 8th question, and this one is from a Spanish viewer. Would you be in favor of the reunification of both Spain and Portugal? No, son. 9th question. What's the average thickness of Portuguese women? Finger licking thickness, honey. 10th question. Do you think there's a difference in treatment depending on gender, and is it always that one of the two gets the short end of the stick, or does it vary from person to person? You know what, this is a very tricky question. A lot of it can go wrong in my answer, but I'll just give you my opinion based in my personal experience. I mean, about 7 years ago, when I started doing this, I was the first female, to, at least in the western side, that started live streaming World of Tanks. And back in the day, the opinion of the community was much different than what it is today. I received a lot of go back to the kitchen comments, that sort of stuff, that sort of thing. A lot of, what is this? She's a woman in a man's world, you shouldn't be doing this, you should stop. But I personally, I don't think that being a female in a male-oriented world was a deterrent. I like to believe that if you apply yourself hard enough in anything you believe or want to achieve, anyone can do it. I mean, it took me, let's be honest, took me 2 years, doing YouTube videos, live streaming with barely no income, just focused. I had this goal in my mind, and I would achieve it no matter what. And here I am today. I don't think I have done that bad. Could I have done better? Yes. But yeah, like I said, I don't think that gender is a deterrent these days. 11th question. I'll ask about your near future plan, like career or possible next games that you want to play or abandon. I mean, of course it will influence a career later on, but for those who are not aware, I started a university degree just last October, just a year ago. By the way, I just finished my first term. I finished with the highest grades. Yes, I actually did. I was, excuse my French, but I was shitting myself when I started my university degree, because in Portugal I always been a student that never had anything below 95% in history. I was pretty good at it, so you can imagine my panic when I made my first essay in the UK and I had 54%. Yes. Luckily in the UK you only need 40% to pass. But I think my best essay was 88%, so that's pretty good. But yeah, I finished with the highest grades. I'm super proud of myself, and thank you so much everyone who's been supporting, who has supported, who has been supporting, and for overall believing in me. It's been it's been one of the most sadomasochistic things that I've put myself through. This university degree hasn't been easy, but I'm loving it. As for games, I'm actually planning to start playing a more wide range of games. I've been getting some keys on the internet of games that are coming out and such, and I am planning to dedicate at least one day of a week playing those games for you, and maybe, who knows, make like a playthrough for YouTube. We'll see, we'll see. 12th question. Do you prefer dystopian futures like the Judge Dredd and all those teen movies these days, like Maze Hunger Gents, or more the hopeful futures like Star Trek or Orville? Quite honestly, I don't know what Maze Hunger Gents is, and I haven't come around to watch Orville just yet. I need to. I keep on wanting to do it, but I keep on forgetting. I don't even know if it's on Netflix or Amazon. I'll have to check it out, but it's on my list of things to watch. Even though I would hope for a future like Star Trek, you know, being a Trekkie myself, quite honestly, given the human nature, I think the future will be looking more like Judge Dredd. Well, dystopian future, that is. What is your spirit animal? You know what, I'm a bit of an asshole, so I'll say a cat. I am very much like a cat. I am an adult, but I'm a cat type of adult. I can sort of make it on my own, but I would rather have someone to take care of me. How did a nice, bright Portuguese lady get into a subject as mature as armored fighting vehicles? You know what? Despite the fact that a lot of people in my family have followed a military career, whether by force or not, some of them are still serving. In my family in particular, we have a long line of females serving as nurses. No one really in my family has followed the Cavalaria branch. But I think it comes to the fact that I've always been a tomboy. I remember growing up and helping my grandfather in his garage. He likes to tinker with motors and cars and such. The same thing was with my biological father. I have pretty much the only interaction I've had with my father was being around the garage. When I was in my early teen years, I actually started competing in karting, and my father even taught me how to, you know, fix the karts and everything by myself. I think due to laziness, because he didn't want to do it himself. Also, one of my earliest memories of my mom, it's me crying thinking that she was going to die because she just drove off on a car on 2 wheels only. Yeah, my mom, she's crazy. Bless her. But my mom, she used to do also racing, and I just grew up around this environment. I think all of that, together with the fact that I've always been, you know, a tomboy growing up, it has led me into, you know, liking armored fighting vehicles. I mean, let's be honest, tanks are badass. 15th question. If you could be one tank or ship, what would you be and why? As a ship, I would be the Izokaze, and as a tank, I would be the T-67. For these 4 simple things: tiny, sneaky, deadly, and annoying. 16th question. Mustard or ketchup? If you say ketchup, you are degenerate. I actually love mustard. In fact, when I go to Portugal, I always want to go to like one of those old man taverns, like those really nasty, like everything sticks, because they always have the best fucking mustard. Are you Portuguese or are you Spanish?
És português ou és espanhol? Mais alto! Sou português! Mais alto! Sou português! Não estou a ouvir nada! Sou português! Sou português!
I think this answers the question. Given how long you've lived in this green and pleasant land, do you prefer sausage or fish finger butties? Even though I do love as much sausage as I love fish fingers, I do have to admit I do like a far bit more of sausage. How do you become a gamer, and what was the first game you played? I became a gamer because of my mom. It's all her fault. Thanks, Mom. What was the first game I played? But yeah, the first games I have memory of were mostly arcades. I do remember my mom playing a lot of Bubble Bobble. Really good game. I played myself even to this day. I remember Pac-Man. Then slightly later on, a game that I am still so much in love with, Spyro the Dragon for PS1, was a really good game. The first game I owned, however, it was later on Nintendo 64, and it was a Star Wars Shadow of the Empire. I've owned a couple more Star Wars games for Nintendo 64, but Shadow of the Empire, it was the first game that I ever actually owned. And last question, and this one a lot of people have been asking to me, have you quit World of Tanks? I honestly don't know if I have quit World of Tanks. I have been taking a break for it, that's for sure. If you've been paying more close attention to what I've been up to, I've always been a World of Tanks only live streamer, and as recent as last month I started live streaming World of Ships only. I did play World of Tanks once in a while on live stream. It did not last more than 1 hour. I just, I'd quit the game, went back to World of Warships, everything was fine and dandy afterwards. But this is something that has been... I haven't been happy about World of Tanks for quite some time, for many different reasons, many different reasons. It kind of really all started settling. This is not an easy thing for me to say, but this is how I feel. But yeah, before this gets any darker, if I have quit World of Tanks or not, we'll see. We honestly will see. I'm living pretty much through each day, and I'm doing what makes me happy. And World of Warships is making me happy. So I know it's not what a lot of you are used to see me doing, but I can only hope that you understand it and follow me along with it. But yeah, I'm definitely, even though I'm slightly uneasy about doing this sort of videos, this is the first time I'm actually talking to a camera while sitting on my office floor. I think this has been pretty good. But yeah, I would like to do this more often, just answering your questions. But to the people there watching in the future, I do hope you like this. But yeah guys, thank you very much for watching, and bye bye.